Police say that this morning's shooting by a Honolulu police officer was an act of self-defense. But as KITV4's Andrew Pereira explains, relatives of the suspect shot multiple times are questioning whether the officer used excessive force.
Honolulu police say domestic violence calls are among the most dangerous for responding officers.
The emotions are high. Officers may be addressing one party and effecting an arrest where the other party, although they were fighting earlier, might come after the officers. So it's very, very dangerous.
Something resembling that scenario played out at about 11 Friday morning when a patrol officer responded to a domestic disturbance at this home on Machado Street in Kalihi Valley. When a patrol officer arrived, police say 35-year-old Ralph Rivera was arguing with relatives on the front lawn. That's when Rivera allegedly picked up a metal stake about a foot long and headed toward the officer.
As the officer exited his vehicle, the male raised the stake overhead and was within a few feet of the officer when the officer drew and fired his weapon.
Rivera was struck multiple times in the upper body. The shots echoed throughout the neighborhood.
I was at home, I was cooking, and then I heard gunshots, so I ran over here and looked. And then there was a police officer standing there, and then the guy was on the ground, so I was pretty worried.
Relatives question whether the officer had to pull the trigger.
I think that it would be more important to maybe use a taser. But 5 shots, come on, you know. Yeah, it's disturbing.
Police say as Rivera lay on the ground, his 54-year-old mother, Nadine Lane, picked up the metal stake and threatened the officer who had just shot her son. She was arrested and taken to jail.
We have opened 2 cases of terroristic threatening in the first degree, one involving the male and a second involving the female family member.
Now, records show Rivera has 5 burglary convictions and 1 for theft. At last report, he was still in critical condition. The officer involved in the shooting is a 21-year veteran who works out of the Kalihi Police substation. He's been placed on paid administrative leave, standard procedure after a police shooting. Live in the newsroom, Andrew Pereira, KITV4 News.